In the land of 10,000 lakes, a remarkable movement was born. Welcome to Hometown Hero Outdoors. We are dedicated to honoring our military service members, veterans, and first responders by providing them with unforgettable outdoor recreational opportunities. We believe those who have served and sacrificed so much for our country and communities deserve a chance to reclaim their spirit and find healing in the great outdoors. This is Hometown Hero Outdoors.
Hi, I'm Lance Stump with Team Texas, and this weekend we're out doing our Lonestar trip. Our Lonestar trip is for somebody that was injured in the line of duty, has a mobility restriction, or is battling a terminal illness, and what we want to do is take them out on the trip of a lifetime, something they wouldn't normally be able to do, get into the outdoors and do. So this year, we had a few nominees, and our candidate that we selected was Officer Lisa Ramsey. So we hit up Officer Lisa Ramsey, and we asked her what she wanted to hunt. She told us she wanted to hunt an Oryx. That was her dream hunt. So I contacted Jonathan Underwood from Caprock Waterfowl. He hooked us up with the Redstone Ranch, so we partnered up with them this weekend down here in Dilley, Texas, and they're gonna put us on an Oryx, and we're gonna have a great weekend out here for Lisa's dream hunt.
My name is Lisa Ramsey. I am a police officer for the Fort Worth Police Department in the great state of Texas. I have been a police officer for 36 years now. In 2003, I was assigned to the Narcotics Division within the Fort Worth Police Department. My particular unit was called the Special Approach Unit. And what we did was we addressed street level narcotic dealing. On January 2nd of '03, we were out making buys, dope buys around town, and I'd already made a purchase early that morning. And so another team member was gonna make the buy on this side of town. And there were 4 of us that day. So as he made the buy, there were 3 of us that were gonna be the arrest team. So our guy eventually made the buy, and he signaled us over the radio that it had been completed. And so the 3 of us swarmed in to make the arrest. The suspect entered like a mom and pop convenience store. And when we tried to enter the store to make the arrest, a shot rang out and hit me along my left side. And when it did, it dropped me immediately, and it left me paralyzed from right about the chest down, which makes it difficult to kind of do things. At the time, you know, I had one wheelchair that was really made for the street or kind of city living, you know, town living. And I didn't have anything that would go in grass or anything like that. It took probably about, I don't know, 8 or 9 years before I was able to get a chair that would just go on grass, just so I could spend time walking my dog or something. And my daughter was still young. I was a single parent, and she didn't care a lot for the outdoors. She was pretty prissy. And so I really, really, really missed it. And then about 2016, I really didn't have any peers on law enforcement, because most officers that end up in my situation, they retire and just disappear. So when I started meeting some of these veterans with nonprofits, they kind of took me in as one of theirs. And with some of these nonprofits that their focus is on the outdoors and getting those of us that can't access the outdoors, getting us outdoors, it opened up a whole new world to me. And when I met some people with the HHO, they offered me the opportunity. Well, I was selected for a trophy hunt, and I'd never been on a trophy hunt. I'd done a little deer hunting, you know, but Lance Stump with the Texas chapter gave me a list of 5 different animals that I could hunt. So I picked the one I thought would look the prettiest on the wall and taste good, and I picked an Oryx.
I'm Cody Dumas. I'm a ranch manager here at Redstone. We run a commercial dove operation. We usually run from 400 to 500 dove hunters through here every year, along with exotic hunts, and then we grow our own whitetail as well. But we've got 16 different species of exotic game here on the ranch. HHO approached us and wanted to do a special hunt for Lisa Ramsey, and you know, we were excited to get her down here and wanted to get her an Oryx and make this a great experience for her and let her know that, you know, she can do this, and we're, you know, willing to provide everything possible to get that done for her.
I got here Friday just before noon, and when I pulled up, it brought back a lot of memories because I grew up in South Texas. So I told Shirley, I said, what do you think about all this mesquite and, you know, flat land? And she said, I like it. I think I like it. And I said, yeah. I said, to me, it's, you know, it was comforting to see it. And because we were so far out, away from anything. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Y'all were waiting for me. The thing that impressed me the most, Cody, my guide, that ended up being my guide, he came up and removed his cap as he shook my hand. And I thought, yep, that is a good Texas boy there. And yeah, we came up to the house. The house is just beautiful. And we spent a little time just kind of hanging out, talking, getting to know each other. And a little later in the afternoon, we went out to set up in the blind, and that was pretty funny.
So she's got her wheelchair that can go up steps and stuff like that, but it's not, you know, we're not able to lift it in the back of a Ranger like an ultralight wheelchair. So we got a little trailer that we had, and we were gonna load the chair on there and throw her in the Ranger, but she was just like, hey, I'll just ride on the trailers. And she had a blast. She was riding in the back, just waving to the cows, and pulled her up there. She wheeled off. We had moved that blind over to the rifle blind because Lisa was shooting a rifle. We just folded it over, flipped it over. She pulled in there and we flipped it back over the top of her. No problems, it worked great.
And then Cody said, they ought to be here about 6:30, and sure enough, about 6:30, there were 3 big Oryx walked up behind us, and Cody lied to me because he said they'd probably walk directly at us, and they didn't. They snuck up behind us, which was funny because we were set up on another feeder, and when they came up the way they came up, we tried to turn me, and just imagine trying to turn a wheelchair and a blind that was really made for one person, and there's 2 of us in there and a wheelchair. And as we were trying to turn it to another window, we have to move, you know, we have to move the tripod that I was shooting off of, we have to move the rifle, and then get the chair moved and making a little noise, and next thing you know, the Oryx look up and they're like, we're out of here. And they're deuces, they're down the road. That was hard to take. And then Cody told me, oh, they'll be back, they'll probably be back, it'll be a while.
After that, you know, we had Nail Guy come in, all dad, pigs, other Oryx, and, you know, we saw a bunch and it was great. And me and her got to talking, and I told her we had to get up real early the next morning to get out there for daylight, and she was like, well, let's cut it off because I got to go put my feet up and get the swelling down. So we were planning on leaving. We were about to open the door, and I kind of peeked out down the road, and lo and behold, there he is.
And 2 hours later, the one that he called Goldie that he said he wanted me to shoot just came walking up all by himself and moving at a fast clip too. And he just kind of sauntered on down to that other feeder that we were now set up on. And there were a bunch of animals down there at the time. And he kind of walked behind them, like he knew we were watching them or something. He walked behind them, had himself all hidden. He came behind the feeder, and there was no way to get a good shot at him. And I kept waiting for him to peek out so I could get a shot, you know, right about the shoulder. And he would lean a little bit, and you'd see about 2 inches of shoulder. And I kept telling Cody, I think I can do it. And he'd say, oh, wait, see if he'll take a step. Okay. And because I'm sitting there waiting, I'm sweating and my hand's sweating and I keep trying to air it out, and I was waiting. One time he took a step and then rocked back before I could get the trigger pulled.
This chance may not come again, you know. We could shoot it now at low light, or we could not see it again the next day, you know. So we went ahead, took the chance.
I thought as soon as he makes one little move, I just kept sitting there with that slack pulled out, just waiting. And then he kind of dropped his head down a little bit, and that came down enough to where I thought I could get it, bam, pulled the trigger.
And she threaded the needle right through the feeder legs and through the feeder tubes and just dropped him straight in his tracks. It went perfect, and she was so excited.
I was pretty proud of myself. I thought it was a nice shot. And that was really, really, really exciting. It was really exciting.
Get her done.
Good grief. Congrats.
Thank you very much. I didn't think you were this big. First time I saw him, I said, he's kind of little, isn't he? He said, no, he's big. Come on up here, Goldie.
And by the time we got back to the house and we ate, it was late. I slept in, and by the time I got up, I was ready to go. And man, Saturday, it was really, really amazing. Almost as amazing as getting the Oryx the day before. I didn't think anything would top that, but Saturday, we went fishing and we caught several bass, and then we went and down to their skeet course and we shot clay pigeons, which I had not done since I was 19 years old. And it took me a few times, but then I started knocking them down like everybody else. Again, that's something I could not have done by myself. And they set it up on a bog pod, and I was able to move the shotgun around enough to nail some of those pigeons. And that was really, really cool. And then to top it off, we went down to the long range, and at first just wanted to hit some of the metal targets because you love to hear them go plink, plink. And then I decided, oh, what the heck. After I shot the 300, yeah, I thought, well, I'll go a little further. So I went to the 500 and hit it a few times, and then decided, I think it was Cody's idea to challenge me to the 700 yards. And we did that, and I shot 4 times at it and nailed it all 4 times. I had no idea I could shoot that far. I think the longest I'd ever shot before that was 250 yards. So, I mean, all in all, I'm very appreciative of the opportunity that HHO and the Redstone Ranch gave me to do this, because it was pretty amazing.